I don't know what story you're talking
Wait, how
about.
long were you supposed to go to the Philippines for?
Oh, they know. I was there with Shay.
Yeah.
Not like that.
Yeah.
Right?
So how long were we talking before you went to the
yeah.
Philippines?
Oh yeah, that's right. Didn't we have a few conversations?
We did have conversations.
There's another
at
reason.
Philippines.
There's another reason why I was surprised that you stayed together this long.
Yeah.
Oh, now you gotta fill me in here.
Oh no, it was hot again, man.
It's like wine, I think.
Because at
we
one
were
point,
talking for how long?
Not that long.
3 months.
Wasn't that long?
3 months, yeah.
was it 3 months?
That's
3
still quite long.
months.
That makes sense.
Because it started in June, I left in September. So 3 months we were talking back and forth, like trying to figure out. And I was like, I already liked him. So I was like dead to like, I like you. Like, what do you want to do? And he was like, what do you mean? Like, you were leaving. And I was like, I don't care. Like, I like you.
No, it was like 2 months in. And then she was like, oh, by the way, I just want to let you know.
No, I told you like a week after we started like hanging out that I'm going to the Philippines for 6 months. But it didn't happen like 6 months. But like I was supposed to go for 6 months.
Yeah. And she was just like, what's the deal? And I was like, you just told me this.
No, I asked you what's the deal after like 2 months because I really liked you.
Yeah, but
so I wanted to know if you really liked me too. And
and I was like, I was completely honest. Like, I wasn't trying to BS nothing. I was just like, you're gone for 6 months.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just getting to know you. I can't commit on nothing.
Yeah.
Like 6 months? Like, you're gone for a half a year. And I've just started talking to you, essentially. So I wasn't like, oh no, we're good, bro. Like, I was just like, yo, I gotta be 100% honest with you.
And then
like,
it went from like, yeah, we're dating to like, no, we're just friends, okay? Like, let's just not even hold hands, like nothing. We're just friends. And I was like, oh, what is going on? I was so confused.
But it was also like, I don't want to get my hopes up. I don't want to get deep into it for you leaving for 6 months. And then like, whatever may happen might happen. I don't know. I'm gonna keep my options open, but I'm not gonna BS you about it either.
Yeah, you're not gonna commit.
I'm not gonna commit fully until,
which makes sense.
Yeah,
I was just really deep into it, and I was like, man, I really like this dude. Like I would go to the Philippines and be like, I'll still contact you, text you, call you. Like, I really like you, but he was like, nah. So it made me feel like those 3 months were like messing with my head for sure. Like, I would talk to my friend all the time, be like, I don't know, like, he likes me, but he doesn't like me. Then we were like dating, but then we're just friends. And now he's like acting real cold towards me. And then she was all like, girl, you don't need him. And I was like, oh, but I like him. And it was so confusing. And then when I left, I even was like really sad that I had to leave. But I think I told you I was just going for 3 months after. But you were still like, nah.
No, you were like, yeah, you were in the Philippines. No, you told me you were coming back earlier when you were in the Philippines.
Because I ended up staying for 5 weeks instead of 3 months. So I went from 6 months. And then after 2 months of talking, I was like, I'm just going to stay for 3 months. And then he was still like, no, like, I'm not going to commit. And I was like, okay. And then in the Philippines, then I was like, you know what? After 5 weeks, I'm coming back home.
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
But I could have, like, with my earlier comment, I was 100% honest with it. And that could have killed my chances. She'd been like, nah, this dude's just messing around, blah, blah, blah. But I think she could tell I was being completely honest and I wasn't BSing her. And I feel like it was fair.
I actually didn't know if you were honest or not.
I felt like it was completely logical to think that way.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, because I remember.
So like, that's why I think it's good if someone were to ask you and be like, are you talking to someone else just because I want to know? Like, you should be honest, be like, yeah, and then the person will take that either as like, okay, well, I still like you, so I'm still going to pursue you, or they're just going to bounce. And then, they're not for you.
Yeah. But when you were in the Philippines, there wasn't a time when you didn't message me, and I pretty much didn't message back like as soon as I got it.
Wait, what?
There was never a time where I like left you like
unread or anything
that I remember.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't think so either.
Yeah, there was never a time.
I remember there was this one time we were in the car. I think it's after we met Michael Pangilinan or something. I don't know where we were, but it was me, Shay, and Rhea. And then you like texted me and you're like, hey, like, you want to like video chat? And I was like, oh no, we need to get home. Like, I need the Wi-Fi. And then you were like, yeah, but like I was like, oh, later. And you're like, no, now. Cause like you were going to go to bed or go to work or something.
Hey.
And I was like, oh, we got to get home fast. I was like, I don't have service.
So what was
And I remember how important that would have been because at one point you were unsure where things were.
It was so frustrating. Like I was so frustrated in the Philippines. I was like,
yeah, I was getting that frustration
there.
from you.
Yeah, but like I was like telling you, and I was telling Bria, and I was like, I don't know what to do.
But I think like with me being completely honest, but you always hear people like the anxiety of having like, oh, you hear all the time all the bad things that happen when someone's like, just honest or not 100% committed. They're like, oh, he's seeing other people. Oh, he's out here. He's doing all this. That's what you like. People would normally assume, or you would see on like social media, right? But me, I was like completely like, yo, I'm not just gonna commit 100%. Doesn't mean I'm like out here doing anything. I do a lot of stuff on my own. I'm pretty much a homebody for the most part. And I have a lot of my own passions. So I'm usually just into that stuff. And I'm not really out there in any way. It was just more just like came from a good place, but your mind can take you to the bad place. And I think that's kind of like where Rachel would go sometimes. Yeah.
Especially in the Philippines.
That'll explain some of her moods.
It's just a rough time. Like I'll think about those times when we first started talking and like just being in the Philippines. I'm like, man, that was like a really sad time. Like I would get really sad just thinking about it. But it ended up being okay. So
yeah, my intentions were always good, like always, no matter what. But yeah, you might not have got everything at the time that you wanted it, but my intentions were always pure and good.
Yeah.